Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Saniksha Adnani, and in today's tutorial I am again creating one more look using the Nikki tutorial palette. I am not over this palette yet. It is a fabulous palette. The price is amazing. It's the most beautiful palette I have. The colors are amazing. The pigmentation is awesome, even of the matte colors and of the shimmery colors. And of course my favorite shimmery color is this one, All In. I would definitely get this palette just for this shade. It is such a beautiful pigment. I've added today again in my look because I just love this pigment so much. It is much better than any glitter, anything. Such a fabulous one. So now, without wasting any more time, let's get started. Oh, and before we move ahead, don't forget to press the subscribe button and do like and comment if you like my tutorial. Now let's get started. I'm gonna prime my eyes. This is my absolute favorite primer. This is by Nars. Just gonna add this all over my eyelid and on the other side too. I'm using a brush to spread as my nails are long. I'm going to start the eye makeup with the Nikki tutorial palette. I'm going to start by taking this purple shade Slasher. I've taken this color on a MAC dense blending brush, and it is the most beautiful purple color I've ever used. Usually, like the other purples, if it's like a blue base, it starts looking like really dark blue, but this one is a beautiful purple shade. I'm just adding this to the outer corner and onto my 3/4 crease. Don't worry so much about the edges as we're going to blend out the edges. There was just one layer and it is so pigmented. Now this is the second layer. I'm just packing the outer corner and my crease. So now I've packed the shade, and then in the next step I'm going to blend out the edges. Next I'm taking this pink shade called Blend and Snap, and I am gonna blend out the edges of this purple shade. Purple and pink are like my favorite combination. Growing up, like, that used to be my favorite combination, and if you know me, you know how much I love the color purple. I have like purple eyeshadows in like so many different undertones. One with a red undertone, one with blue undertone, one with like dark purple, light purple. Just love purple so much. This shade is like a pastel shade, but it's not losing its intensity when I'm blending it out. It's even blending the edges of the purple so beautifully. And now that was the third layer of the pink shade. I'm just making it intense and blending out the edges of the purple. And when there's no color left in the brush, then I'm going higher and blending out the edges of the pink. I basically want everything to look well blended because that makes the eye look perfect. To darken the edge a bit more, I've taken the blue shade Amsterdam on this Sigma brush, the E42 brush. I just want to darken the outer V a bit more so that my eyes looks lifted. This blue is such a beautiful blue. I'm sure I don't have this blue in any other palette. I'm just adding it to the outer corner. I'm just loving how it's just merging with the previous colors without making it look patchy. Can you see that? How beautiful it is? Just remember to be gentle. Don't blend it, like, don't push your brush in. Just gently adding this shade to my outer corner. So that was just one layer still. I'm thinking to add one more layer just to darken the outer corner a bit more before I add the inner corner color. Now this is the second layer. OMG, I am loving this look so much. I've realized I love colorful looks a lot. I don't think I need to blend the edges anymore because it looks quite blended. Now for the inner corner, I had decided I'm not going to take all in again. They have like a few more pigmented shades over here, like All In, and then there's Pride, there's Rocky, and I wanted to try out another shade, but I'm so tempted to try All In again because I used it in my last look tutorial and it was a beautiful shade. I have to use it again. I just have to use it again. Maybe I'll create one more look where I'll use the other pigmented shades, but this time I'm taking all in. As you guys know, I love this shade so much. I even told you guys that I would buy this palette just for this shade. It is the most beautiful pressed glitter. It is even the most beautiful glitter. I've never used a shade this beautiful and sparkly and shiny. I don't know how she's created this shade, but this shade is something. Of course, I'm sure the camera is not picking up how beautiful this color is. You have to believe me how pretty this shade is. Brush is, by the way, by Huda Beauty. It's that spongy brush. You can use your fingers to add this color, but as you know, my nails are really long. I'm again taking the shade Amsterdam and just adding it where the shimmery color meets the matte color, and just gently wiggling it so that the edges look blended and merged into each other and they look happily married. Just going back and forth, up and down. Just don't put any pressure. I'm gonna take this pink shade again on the same small brush, and I'm just adding this where the blue meets the shimmery color, just to add a little more dimension. Just one layer, very little bit, so that it's peeking out of the blue. I'm using the simple micellar cleansing wipes to clean out all the edges and create a nice crisp edge. I've already moisturized my face, and now I'm going to prime my face with the Niod Photography fluid. I like to use the Sigma Kabuki brush to add this primer so that my fingers don't get sticky. I'm adding this all over my face, on my forehead, nose, and my neck too. I like this primer because the foundation stays longer, and it even gives a nice glowy after effect. Whatever is left, I'm adding to my neck. I'm going in downward direction. For foundation, I'm adding the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear foundation. I'm using a dampened beauty blender to add this foundation all over my face, my neck, my forehead. Love this foundation. It feels super light, but the coverage is just amazing. This color is a bit darker than my skin tone. I prefer doing that because a darker foundation has color in it to cover any pigmentation or any marks, whereas a lighter color foundation has no color in it to hide anything. And to brighten the face, I prefer using a lighter concealer or like my skin concealer, so that brings the brightness back to my face. And now for the neck, I'm just dragging it down. I'm using my beauty sponge and just dragging it down. Next, I'm adding the Huda Beauty Cream Contour. This one is the Tantour in the shade Medium. I'm adding this right above my cheekbones, on the jawline, and making sure it joins over here. And then I'm putting a few dots on my forehead and then on the sides of my nose to make my nose look snatched. Then I'm using this MAC Duo Fiber brush and blending out these lines very gently because this product is very soft, so I don't want to over blend it because then it will disappear. So very gently in circular motion, and make sure you go above the line that you created and not below it. And I'm even blending out the jaw again very gently. Now I'm using a small duo fiber brush and blending out the nose, the edges, just going downward. Next, I'm adding the Nars concealer in the shade Cannelle. I'm adding this under eye. And this is the third layer I'm adding. This concealer is extremely very soft and so easy to blend. Just going to take my sponge and blend it a bit more. I'm going to add the same concealer on the bridge of my nose, the forehead, right under where I did contouring, on my chin, and right on the cupid bow on my lips. and above the lips. I'm just gonna blend it out using the same beauty sponge, and this one I'm going in downward direction. Next, I'm going to add the Huda Beauty Powder all over my face. This one is in the shade Banana Bread. I'm taking a large fluffy brush and adding this powder all over my face in downward direction, as we all have facial hair. Adding on the forehead too, then adding on my neck, just going in downward direction. Then I'm taking the same powder on a smaller brush and adding this powder wherever I added concealer. That's under eye, right under where I did contouring, on the bridge of my nose and the forehead, on my upper lip, on my chin. Next, I'm going to do some contouring. This is the Dior contouring palette. I'm taking the darker shade first on an angled brush, and I'm adding this right above where I had done the cream contouring, just to make the contouring look a bit more intense. You know how you do a cream foundation first and then you put your compact or your powder? So even with contouring, that's the case. So first I did cream contouring, and then on top of that I'm doing powder just to intensify a bit more. You could do just powder contouring too. Don't do just cream contouring, but if you want to, just powder contouring if you don't want to do both the steps. Next, I'm adding the MAC Aladdin highlight. I'm adding this highlight just on the bridge of my nose, because the face highlight I'm gonna use is the Fenty Beauty highlighter, and I don't like to add that on the nose because it's a bit too intense. Sometimes I do when I want to go all out, but otherwise this MAC highlight is a beautiful highlight to add all over the face. So I've added on the bridge of the nose, on the cupid bow and my chin. I'm again taking this lighter color highlight, contouring color this time, and I'm gonna add this on the side of the nose, just where I added the highlight. So I'm going to add this on both the sides. For blush, I'm going in with the Nars blush. This one is an Orgasm. Smile and add on the apple of your cheeks, and then take it inside the contouring. Going to add one more layer. Always remember to add blush in layers. Okay, so that was like around 5 really tiny layers. Can you see that glow? And now for the face highlight, I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty highlighter. This one is in Trophy Wife, and I'm adding it right above the contouring. Now can you see how pigmented it is? That's why I don't put it on a daily basis on my nose. To finish the eye look, I'm first going to take this purple shade and adding this as close to the waterline as possible, all the way from the outer corner to the inner corner. This brush is the Smudger brush by Sephora. Then I'm going to take this pink shade called Blend and Snap, and I'm blending out the edges of the previous color. Just going back and forth and making sure it's joining the top. Then I'm taking the blue shade called Amsterdam, and I'm adding this only towards the outer 1/3 of my eye, just deepening out the edges, the outer edge a bit more. Then I'm taking the shade Pride. It's another beautiful pressed pigment, and I'm adding this to the inner corner. Just brightens the inner corner so much. Again, I hope the camera is picking up this pretty shade. Can you just see this color? This color and All In are my favorite pigments till now. I still need to try the other pigments. It's just that I'm not getting over All In. All In is like the most beautiful shade. So once I'm over that, I think I'm going to try the other pigment. Till now, I love this shade. Next, I'm adding the Smashbox water liner pencil in the shade Private. This one is a beautiful blue shade, like a dark blue, but it's not black. Just adding it all the way from the inner corner to the outer corner, and then I'm gonna hold my lashes and add this all the way from the outer corner to the inner corner. Next, I'm adding the Huda Beauty Legit Mascara. I'm gonna add the curl side first. I think very soon I'll need to get one more of the same one because lately I've been using it almost every day. I don't do any other face makeup. I just add this mascara and it just brightens up my eye, like just opens up the eye. I feel I've got like the tiniest lashes ever, and this mascara makes a huge difference. Adding it all the way from the inner corner to the outer corner. This is the curl side. Before doing the other side, I want to add the volume side first. So this is the volume side, adding it all the way from the inner corner to the outer corner. I'm even adding this on the lower lashes all the way from the inner corner to the outer corner. I went ahead and added lashes. I even added the Huda Beauty lip contour lip liner in the shade Muse, and I added the Fenty Beauty lipstick. This one is in the shade Unbutton, and that's the final look using the Nikkitutorial palette. This is my second look. I think I'm going to create a million more looks. I definitely recommend getting this palette, especially the price. It's for around 100 dirhams. I got it from BeautyBay.com, from their website, and I got it in 3 days. Love the color selection in this palette. The blues, the purples, the pigmented, of course, is like my favorite. Love it so much. Definitely recommend getting this palette, and I'll see you soon, guys, in my next tutorial. Bye.